Hey, it's Korinn, 365 Days of Open Heart Living, Day 76, Physicality of Time. So, we're talking about the physical dimension of being human. And it dawned on me this morning as I was getting ready for the day that time is definitely a physical dimension of our existence. We exist in this span of time that we call life. We exist in the span of time that we call history. We exist in the span of time that is the physical body. The physical body is kind of like a time capsule because as time goes on, this capsule of a body that we are living in, it changes. It regenerates itself. Cells grow. I don't know what it is, but there's some scientific finding that is like your body, grows a whole new body in however many months or whatever that length of time is. I wish I had that piece of information, but I don't. But there's something fascinating, some fascinating piece of science that says in however many days, your body completely regenerates, recreates itself. The cells that are your living cells right now in your physical body, they have a time limit and they die and are sloughed off, and new cells come up behind them to take the place. So, time is a really interesting dimension of our physical world, of our physical experience, and of our physical self. We cannot be separate from the time that we are in. The reason that it kind of, I don't know, my mind just kind of wanders and meanders and whatnot. So I was getting ready this morning and thinking about how last week my family and I were in Michigan seeing our family. That's where I'm from. I grew up in Michigan and we had an amazing time. All of my family got together. The time was precious. And now that we're home and getting back into the mode of what our day-to-day life is, I kind of felt like I have lost time. like I'm behind in so many things. I've had, 10 days away and I have some things coming up that I need to get done. And the span of time that was lost in being on vacation that I would not have changed, now it's kind of pressing on me. The weeds are a little bit taller. The house, hasn't been touched for another week. And there's just things, there's just stuff that keeps coming up because that's how time moves. We are in our physical dimension of existing, and time moves forward with us. So when we have things that we are in time with, we feel like we are in the flow of life. When we have things that the timing is off, or we get behind, or we take on too much stuff to fit into the timing that we have, such as a day, if there's too much stuff that you need to fit into your day, that is when stress also builds physically because it's just like this bombardment of trying to put too much stuff in the time that you have. And time, again, like I had said, it's a capsule. Like we only have so much time. Time is precious. And so the things that we choose to put into our physical time that we have, they have dimension to them. It has dimension to it, what we put in. So when we do activities, when we have our to-do list that we check off, when we have work and we have play and we have relaxation time, those are all things that take up space in our physical time. And they all have value too. And the quantity of that mixture, like the quantity of work in balance to the quantity of play in balance to the quantity of rest, they all have, they all come together as an integrative whole to how well you are really functioning in your physical self. If you have say there's 24 hours in a day. If you work for 12 hours a day, have one, 1 hour of play, and then you have more work at home, and then you finally have some sleep, maybe like 7 hours or so, like that, that's not really keeping your physical time in balance. It can be a necessity. You are a go-getter, like getting shit done and doing what you have to. But how would that then affect your physical body if your capsule of time day to day to day is unbalanced and doesn't have space to give? I think that's another important thing that I want to just touch on, is having open time, open space, where things like inspiration for having a meditation about physicality of time can come into play and can be something that you act upon. My daughter is waiting for me, and we're supposed to go to Target and do our shopping, fit in, some shopping into the mix of all of the other stuff that we have to do in physical time and space. We have to buy groceries, right? So she's waiting for me, and I got this inspiration to do this meditation with you. And I went down and I'm like, I think I want to record a meditation. She's like, what? No. And I'm like, 20 minutes, give me 20 minutes. She's like, fine, but that that openness to flex with the time that we have. We're not on a time schedule that we have to be there and back by a certain time. So there was some flexibility, and that created the open space to come and sit with you. So the physicality of time is a real dimension that affects your body, the aging process, the day to day to day, and what you put into your balance of how much time you have for the different tasks and the different focuses and downtime that you give yourself. It's all relative. It's all relative because it has an effect on how you are regenerating. Are you regenerating with freshness and an energy that can be allowed to kind of be at rest so that a new energy can build up within you to regenerate your zest for life and your energy, to regenerate the level of energy output that you physically have? Those things that are out of balance, they detract from the time that you have because they tip the scale, so that your feeling of being out of balance, it takes away from the times then that you have to play, that you have to enjoy, that you have openness to be flexible, to decide what is it I want to do. It detracts from it because you have less energy to give in those spaces, or less motivation, less motivated energy to put into giving back to yourself or giving back to the others in a way that is not as structured and that allows some downtime and enjoyment and flow and balance with the time that is planned out and that is a necessity, because we all have jobs to do, bills to pay, food to make, food to shop for. We all have our responsibilities. And in the time that we have in being a human being and growing up and aging, time slows us down too. Health can slow us down. Physical health can slow us down in the time that we have. And it is very precious and valuable to make sure that you are taking the time to regenerate your energy so that the cellular structure that is your physical body can regenerate efficiently and healthfully and can continue to carry you in your life in the time that you have in a positive way that feels balanced with work and play and rest. So today, I want you just to close your eyes and just do the inner breath. Feel your breath. Allow your body to relax. Allow your attention to rest on your breath and open awareness. So that you enter into that energetic space of flow that is regenerative. At the same time, it is relaxing, healing, and healthy to your mind, to your body, to your emotional self, and to your non-physical, energetic, spiritual self. Breathe in, breathe out, and feel the flow of your breath. Allowing this experience of doing the inner breath to be a physical experience. Feeling your body breathe in and out. Your awareness gently resting on all the sensations of your body that entails. Just simply breathing. Noticing and feeling your breathing. You're feeling your aliveness in your body. Your physical awareness is lighting up. And that flow of breath that you are tapping into, feeling more profoundly, that is regenerative energy, relaxing energy, healthful energy. Just simply feeling the breath in its natural flow of aliveness within you. This capsule of time that is your body benefits from the time that you are putting into it now. In the most simplest and purest of ways, by just feeling your breath. The time you put into this practice gives back to you in a balancing, qualitative effect, so that if the time that you spend in your life is not in balance, when you come and you sit in meditation with yourself and simply feel your breath and slow down and feel your body, your energetic flow of aliveness opens and strengthens and stabilizes. And in that, you actually have a neutralizing effect on your imbalance of time in your life by taking the small snip of time, by taking the small space of time in your day and being at one with your body and your breath as you are now, breathing in and out and feeling an open awareness. And when you're ready, open your eyes. So the last thought that came to me was that meditation is really a practice that doesn't have to take a lot of your time. Doesn't have to. But just feel in this moment what this small space of time has given back to you. How do you feel physically right now? How do you feel mentally, emotionally, and spiritually? It's a holistic practice that touches upon all of those dimensions of being human in such a small space of time, worthy of being built into your day, your week, your month, your year, your life. The time that you have in your life, there are definite practices, experiences, things that are going to add goodness into who you are, how you are. And meditation is one of those practices and experiences that doesn't take a lot of time, but really with it being something that builds upon itself, that regenerative and holistic effect that it has of opening up energetic, not of physical and non-physical spiritual flow in you as a complete holistic energetic being. There's true value there. And so the last thought I want to leave you with is just know you are in charge of your time. You get to choose. You get to decide what you want to spend your time on. And the time that you have to spend has value. So if you're choosing to spend your time on mindless things that don't add to your depth of health and enjoyment and building things in your life that will have a long-standing impact, things that are just frivolous. If you're spending your time on things that are more frivolous, then maybe amp up your meditation practice. Maybe now is a good time for you to be more intentional with your time for yourself, because your time is precious, like your life is precious, and your heart is precious. So keep living your heart.